right, thank you for joining our welcome call today. I'm Michelle Nedelec. I'm the Creative Director for Awareness Strategies, and I'm going to be talking about the Canada Digital Adoption Program and the grant that goes with the program. Now, if you're interested specifically in what our digital adoption roadmap is, you can click on the link in the chat or the description, depending on where you're seeing this, and you can go to awarenessstrategies.com/roadmap and get all the information specifically on how we deliver the roadmap. Now, in this call, I am going to go over the Canada Digital Adoption Program and how we as digital advisors can help you throughout these programs. Now, we're Awareness Strategies, we being I'm the creative, and my partner Brad is the CIO and technical director of the company. I'll get into him in a little bit. Together, we are an approved digital advisor for this program, and we just want to express what an honor it is for us and how excited we are to be able to help companies like you be a part of this program in growing faster and more easily because of it. Now, Awareness Strategies is a consulting company that specializes in business and marketing automation. We specialize in helping small businesses between $1 and $20 million grow in revenue. And that's because we understand that there are different problems and different solutions with the bigger or the smaller companies and corporations. We also have it done for you services in the business and marketing automation realm. And to be able to get the grant, you need to work with a company that's been an approved advisor in order to ensure that you get objective feedback. And this is where Brad comes in. Brad, like I said, is our CEO and our CIO, and he's been approved because he not only has an electrical engineering degree, a Master of Business Administration and Information Technology, over 40 years experience in information systems, computer infrastructure, and solving problems with information technology, but also because he has over 10 years experience specifically with small businesses. In other words, he's a super smart guy, and he has a comprehensive knowledge and experience that you're going to be able to count on. In the past 10 years, software and information systems have changed drastically for small businesses due to a few factors: the internet, software as a service, and increase in power and processing abilities in computers, which of course includes laptops, cell phones, smartphones, all affecting how we not only buy things, but how we access businesses and information. Now, of course, understanding all of this and how it can impact your business is paramount. And if you're anything like me, it all becomes just a little too much, and maybe you're likely wanting to tap into the experience of him, or at least somebody like him. Now, primarily because it's not just about what the software can do, it's about strategic planning in growth, including your marketing and your sales, and cost efficiency. We don't want to be sacrificing ability for cost, especially when you don't have to be. And putting it in the most expensive programs comes nowhere close to guaranteeing that you're going to get the right solutions to fit your overall business strategy. So some businesses are scrambling to understand the current technology, markets, and strategies that are currently available to them to maximize their profitability. Most businesses are extremely concerned with where the next year will take them, let alone the next 5 years. And all businesses need to be forward focused on their growth and analysis and minimize their current shortcomings in order to ensure their long-term stability and presence. And that's why the Canadian government came up with the Canada Digital Adoption Program. Now, the incentive of this is to help Canadian businesses become more competitive in the upcoming years and to gain a stronghold on Canadian economics. So let's take a look at the program. There are currently 2 streams. The first is Grow Your Business Online. This is intended for small businesses with no websites, SEO, e-commerce, or anything. It's a small funding incentive to bring youth into the workforce, and it maxes out at $2,400. The second stream is Boost Your Business Technology. Now, this is for companies that have some digital software, and they're looking for improvements. The goal is to give grants up to $15,000 for advisory services to develop a digital adoption plan. Now, the money isn't for implementation, but to hire a consultant like us and get the help that you need to build your strategic plan. Now, in your plan, you're going to discover the gaps, the needs. You're going to put together a plan, including the scope of work and a schedule for what needs to be done or changed and implemented in order for you to achieve your 5-year goals that you've set, or the ones that will help you to set during your discovery process. Now, the $15,000 grant, therefore, helps you to access digital advisors who can help you discover and implement these new e-commerce tools, people just like us. Now, after phase 2 of this program, you may be able to access a potential $100,000 0% loan from the BDC to implement the actual plan. This, however, is inaccessible until after you've completed phase 2 or that planning stage that I was just talking about. Now, we're expecting that the payback schedule is going to be over 5 years, meaning that you'll have 5 years to pay back that loan with 0% interest. Now, I have to note, it's not guaranteed that all businesses who are applying for the loan are going to get it, or if you apply for the loan, that you're going to get the maximum $100,000. It will be case by case according to each organization and their agreement with the BDC. Now, those conversations will be based on the application which you submit and on the requirements which the BDC is going to ask for from different organizations, as well as in this stream, you're going to get access to use a placement program, especially to hire them and implement the digital transformation. Now, this is a fantastic program in that it's covering the different components of your business. One is getting a grant to cover the strategic plan, and then loans that are available to start that implementation. Now, I know many of you have questions regarding the streams and your business eligibility, which I will be covering in the next few minutes. For this portion of the call, I'll be focusing on stream 2, which is the Boost Your Business technology. Now, if you're already interested and you want to see if this is a good fit for you and your company, you can schedule a call with us right now, and we'll walk you through the assessment tool, which is really very simple. It's just a few questions. You won't need financial data or anything at this step. It's simply a question about your industry, the number of employees, and your gross revenue generated in the past few years. Now, based on those answers, you'll be eligible for either stream 1 or stream 2. And later in this call, I'll go through the eligibility so that you know what the requirements are for each. Now, assuming you'll be eligible for stream 2, which you'll then proceed to applying for the grant, which will cover up to 90% of your digital adoption roadmap costs, which will be up to $15,000. And after that, we can look at your eligibility for the $100,000 loan from the BDC if it makes sense for you at that time. Now, just to give you a walkthrough at this time, if you're interested in applying for that loan, you'll be going through the digital needs assessment as part of that application process. And it is a quite in-depth program in order to understand your digital readiness. Now, that in itself may get you thinking about aspects of your business that you hadn't before, like what gaps there are and what there might be in terms of potential growth. We will get you a sample report of this so that you can see what it looks like. And you'll see in this report that it's an indicator dashboard of where you are compared to some of the averages in your industry and across different industries. And this will give you a good understanding of how far you are from being digitally enabled as an organization, or how well you might be already doing. So there will be a waiting period for this report, just so you understand. And they're currently returned in about 3 business days or so. Now, the CDAP team is already getting lots of applications every day. So we want to make sure that you can get started with your application and hope that it won't take longer than, I'd say, probably a week or 2. But with their commitment and the detailed analysis, they're going as fast as they possibly can. And they're finding that the results are incredibly useful for not only providing funding for the eligible organizations, but also for understanding potential industry gaps for your business and what you can do to improve that growth for your business. Now, once you're approved on step 4, you can go back to the website and a new portal will open up, which sounds very Star Trek-ish to me, but you'll also be able to access the account. It'll be visible online, and you'll be able to access the Digital Advisor Marketplace. We'll walk you through that if you're working with us. This is where you get to start seeing all of the digital advisors across the country. All of these advisors are approved, and you'll be able to freely select any advisor you want. You are not limited to an advisor in your area in stream 2. It's open to all advisors across Canada. Now, the logic, we believe, is because these projects and the topics will likely be more complex than in stream 1, and they will be, which is in stream 1, limited to the province in which the business is applying. Now, in stream 2, the expectations and the sizes of these projects will be much different. They may include CRM, secure access, data integrations, EPR systems, all sorts of fun things. And we're talking about something that is much bigger in scope and technically advanced versus simply social media and gaining a digital presence that'll be covered in stream 1. Now, once you've chosen your advisor and you reach out to them offline, then you can start step 5. And here you'll be working on the scope and the cost of your digital adoption plan. Now, ideally in this stage, you'll be getting to know your digital advisor and their methodologies, and a lot of questions will be asked at this point, and you'll likely be doing a couple of discovery calls. At this stage, we'll be starting to understand each other, what you're looking to accomplish, what your needs are in your business, what gaps you might be experiencing, and we do our best to uncover the problems beneath the problems. This is why having an advisor or a consultant is extremely important. And it's because of their expertise and the experience that they have had bringing other businesses forward. You want to be able to take that expertise and, of course, use it on your business. Now, once the scope is agreed on and the contract is signed between the organization and the advisor, you'll then go to work with that advisor and you'll pay the advisor in advance. Then once everything is done, you'll submit the strategic plan and you'll get to be paid back by the government from the grant and be paid back to the business, that's you, not to the advisor. So you'll be getting that grant money directly. And the grant is covering up to 90% of the total cost, up to a maximum of $15,000. So keep in mind, this means that if you and your digital advisor come to an agreement to do work on a $25,000 program, the most the government grant will cover is 90% of that amount, up to $15,000, which in this case isn't $22,500. It's going to be capped at $15,000. Likewise, if you come to an agreement to do work on a $10,000 program, the most that the government grant will cover is 90% of that amount, which would then be a maximum of $9,000. Now, once you have developed the plan and you get the grant money back from the government, then you can go to the BDC and apply for the loan if you still see fit. Now, your business might be well funded, or there might be some other reason that you don't want to apply for the loan, but keep in mind it is a 0% loan, which might be worth at least looking into. So if you don't apply for the loan after going through the digital adoption program and you decide you want to try and apply later, you will have to go through a separate application process with the BDC and start the application process all over again. And then they'll have to do a separate risk assessment, as well as could be considered a completely different program that you're applying for, because they do have several programs. Now, within this program, I'm not certain what the total amount of your loan will be, as that'll depend on the scope and scale of your digital adoption strategy and plan. And of course, you'll want to be able to substantiate and defend the level of your investment that you're asking for, as always. So this all contributes as to why it's so important to have a strong digital adoption plan or roadmap. And it's so that you can benefit from the maximum amount in which the BDC can back your loan. Once you get that loan, you can go to step 8, where you'll be eligible to work subsidy if you want to hire youth, such as fresh graduates, to help you to implement that. Now, keep in mind that they'll need to be working directly on the implementation of your plan, and that if you have a degree of complexity to that strategy, you may want them working alongside of another team of experts and hire out that strategy. Now, at this point, if you haven't found your digital advisor, you can go to your portal and look up awareness strategies or whomever else you might have in mind. And if you have a customized service that you're looking for, you can search on the right-hand side under the area of focus. Now, some advisors may have specific sizes of companies that they specialize with working with, like us. One question we continually get is, if I go into the portal and choose an advisor from them, do I have to choose them? No, you don't. You can ask them for a consultation and decide afterwards. We want to make sure that you have a good fit for your company, and so do the rest of these advisors. All of the advisors are expected to work with the ethics and transparency to find you the best strategist or advisor, and then find a team or teams that are most qualified to implement your program. And sometimes that means working together with multiple companies to help get you set up. Something that might happen if you're looking at getting a blockchain technology or cybersecurity or AI as part of that plan. Now, it all comes down to a level of complexities and specialized knowledge necessary for the job. We want to make sure that it is right for you so that your company grows, because that, after all, is the entire purpose of this whole plan. So regardless of the levels of complexity in your business, your digital advisor will be around getting an understanding of your current situation, doing your current analysis, an overview of major systems and business information. We're going to do a SWOT analysis and look at your information systems and environment to see if you have the right infrastructure and control over your data. And of course, growth strategies for targeting your growth goals. So your roadmap will not only include your current situation, your gaps, and your future state, but it'll also include a cost analysis of both hardware and human resources to implement your entire plan. Now, these expenses can include outsourcing, internal implementation, and training of existing people or a combination thereof. So with our digital advisors experience with coming in on time and on budget, it presents a stronger case for your application with the BDC and, of course, the grant application itself. Now, in the event that your plan would exceed the loans available from the BDC, your advisor will include bonus growth strategy options to fulfill that expectation. Now, it's a great discussion to have, and it will assist you in understanding all of your options for your business growth. So if you have any remaining questions, I encourage you to put them in the chat or simply book an appointment with one of our representatives. As promised, I'm going to cover some of the requirements for the program. First of all, you need to be a sole proprietor or a business registered in Canada or a province or territories. As you likely know, you can have a business that is registered in a province or a territory. It doesn't need to be registered nationwide, but it can be. So there's the 4 different types of business registrations that will qualify. You do need to be a for-profit business, and your business needs to be a privately owned company. You'll need to have a full-time equivalent between 1 employee and a maximum of 500. And in order to qualify for Stream 2, the roadmap grant and the BDC loan, you need to have a revenue between 500,000 and 100 million of annual revenue in one of the previous 3 years from the date where you submit your application. Now, applicants who are going after only Stream 1 do not have to fill this last requirement, only the ones applying for Stream 2. So if you have any questions later, you want to reach out to me and just get a better understanding about the program, or if you want to start a project with us, we will be more than happy to help you out. Simply click on the link below in the chat or in the description again, depending on where you're seeing this. And we look forward to helping you. So thank you again for being here with us. I had a ton of fun. I am absolutely committed to the growth of your business. So I hope that you have benefited from this information and that you'll be eligible from one of these streams. We look forward to helping you out.